Everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you want to know how to do a quick and easy eyeshadow look, just keep watching this tutorial because that's what I'm going to do here today. So I usually use a concealer to prime my eyes, and I just use one from the chemist, and that is the L'Oreal Infallible More Than Concealer. Applying a concealer will cover any discoloration you have on your eyelids, so make sure you apply evenly all the way to the brow. Next, apply a powder, a skin-coloured eyeshadow, or a powder foundation to set down the concealer. This will help create a nice base for applying eyeshadow so it doesn't crease throughout the day. The brush I use to get the eyeshadow on quicker is the Real Techniques contour brush. First, I apply a mid-tone eyeshadow so it's not too light or not too dark, and I move the brush back and forth and in circles over my eyelids. I apply it past the areas where my eyeball meets the socket, but not all the way to the brow. If I didn't apply the eyeshadow up that high, you wouldn't be able to see it when I opened my eyes because they're so hooded. With a small fluffy blending brush, I sweep over the edges of the eyeshadow so that it's faded. If you want the eyeshadow to be more intense, just apply more over the top and keep blending the way I showed you. Only apply light pressure with the brush. Pushing down harder will apply the shadow patchy and uneven. Again, fade the edges. Next, take a lighter shade and pat down on the eyelid with your finger from the inner corner to the center to meet the other shadow. Keep tapping to blend both shades together. With a small blending brush, pat down a darker shade on the outer corner of the eyelid. Here, I am laying the brush flat and swirling it around, still only applying light pressure. And I'm only blending it up to where it's just underneath the first shade. To make it look like a smooth transition from dark to light, I use a clean fluffy brush and sweep back and forth between the shades until I'm happy with how they blend into one another. If your edges end up being too harsh, use a light shadow and go over them to blend it out. Reapply where you may have overblended. To create more dimension, go a shade darker than the last and only apply to a small part of the outer corner. Swirl the brush smaller than before, but keep swirling until you're happy with how it blends into the other shades. Apply a lighter eyeshadow under the arch of the brow so it appears lifted. Blend down into the other shades. Add brightness to the inner corner by using a shimmery eyeshadow. Pat it down and blend out so there's no messy edges. Because my eyelids are so hooded, I took the darker shade and dragged it over further towards the middle of my eye, and I even applied it higher so you can see the depth when my eyes are open. I blended the edges out again with the very first shade. Using a flat, dense brush for the bottom, I used the same shades as the top. I stamped the first shade along the lash line and swept back and forth. This is easier to do if the mirror is slightly above your head when you're looking into it. Apply the darkest shade closest to the lash line to create that depth. Any eyeshadow that falls down on your face can easily be cleaned up with a makeup wipe. I finished the look with liquid eyeliner and false lashes, and all the shadows used in this video were matte except for the inner eye. I hope this was helpful. Please subscribe to my channel and I will see you in the next video. Bye.